talk to you about a company called Mil-Comm and the recent joining in a partnership with the NRA to help support the cause in defending our Second Amendment rights, as well as bringing you a total and top quality gun care system. Now, before I get into the NRA licensed gun care system, I'd like to take just a second and tell you a little bit about Mil-Comm itself. Some of you out there may not be familiar with it. Now, Mil-Comm is a world leader in firearm lubricants, cleaning, and complete gun care products, ranging anywhere from your ARs to your pistols to revolvers, and even one of their endorsers, Dillon Aerospace, the TW25B gun grease, which I'll touch on in a second, is very much used in the M134 minigun, which most of us are familiar with. Now, Mil-Comm itself has been around since right about the mid-80s, around 85, 86. And over the years have developed and engineered, or even over-engineered, as Mil-Comm stated it, their TW25B lubricants. Now, the TW25B lubricants actually comes in several viscosities, from the MC3000 light oil to the MC2500 semi-fluid to the 25B gun grease. Now, all these are engineered and manufactured from the exact same formula. Now, what makes Mil-Comm products a little different, or extremely different I should say, from other gun care products and lubricants, all their products are designed to work in conjunction with one another, being from the cleaners to the lubricants. Now, on the lubricants themselves, they are designed at the microscopic level, if you will, and have engineered nanoparticles that are spherical in nature. This gives you a roller bearing type lubrication on surfaces, makes for much smoother operation. Now, over time, after a few applications I should say, the TW25 formula actually creates a barrier, if you will, onto the metal surfaces. Now, this is not a permanent barrier such as a tough Teflon coating. Now, if you could take, say, a bolt carrier and look at it under a microscope, you would see valleys, ridges, so forth. Now, what their formula does is actually goes in and fills those areas, making for a completely smooth surface. Then, with the lubricant, once it's done that, as I said, with the spherical nanoparticles, you have, for the most part, a roller bearing surface. So, less friction, better performance. It's even been recommended you can use the TW25B formula on the bore of your rifles, thus enhancing velocity and accuracy. Because when you think about it, using it in the bore, you have a roller bearing surface. So in other words, the bullet is rolling out of the barrel rather than pushing its way out. The cleaning products themselves, as I said, derived from the TW25B formula, are environmentally safe and friendly, and again, are designed to work with one another. And I'm going to give you a prime example of that here in a second. So, I'm going to put the link in the description below to the Mil-Comm home site, as well as to the NRA licensed product site. Now, one more thing about Mil-Comm is they have over 32 endorsements under their belt, ranging from firearm manufacturers to the military to federal agencies and law enforcement. Anyway, it's enough on Mil-Comm right there. We're going to do a demonstration here in a second as to applications and give you a look at the product. But for right now, I want to show you, this is the NRA licensed gun care system from Mil-Comm. Now it includes a few of their products: the MC25 degreaser and cleaner, the TW25B gun grease, as well as the MC2500 semi-fluid. And I'm going to give you a look at those in just a second. So, let's take a look at the applications of it, and then a few closing words. Okay, real quick look at some of the products. These are the NRA licensed products, or just some of them. You have the cleaner, the gun oil, and the gun grease. And this is something new also from Mil-Comm. It's revolver blaster. What this basically is the TW25B gun grease in an aerosol. When used, it goes on for the most part wet. You can spray it on. There is a compound in here which is environmentally safe, which evaporates, leaving the TW25B gun grease in like a powdery residue. Then you can wipe off the excess, thus you have complete lubrication. Now here's some of the standard products: the MC2500 semi-oil in the spray bottle and syringe. We have the TW25B gun grease in the grease itself, and the TW25B weapon wipes. These are really nice for a quick clean or just a quick application. Then here's just some of the applicators that you can get from Mil-Comm, and then a quick application sheet. Gives you a description of the TW25B. Alright, let's get to applying some. Okay, now on the very first application, it is recommended that you use a denatured or isopropyl alcohol and wipe down all the parts, especially if you've used a solvent-based cleaner such as CLP. This will remove any residue that the CLP leaves behind and allow the TW25B to penetrate the pores on the metal surfaces itself. Remember what I said about the ridges and valleys. Alright, we're going to get to it, and we're going to wipe all these parts down, and then we're going to use the cleaner. Okay, I'm going to use the MC25 cleaner degreaser. I've wiped all the parts down with alcohol, so let's just see what we pull off of here. It's pretty nice and clean. Alright, now all surfaces on the bolt carrier are ready for lube. I'll wipe down a couple more parts. Alright, now all the parts are wiped down with alcohol and have all been wiped down with the degreaser cleaner. So everything's prepped. Now in applying the TW25B formula, in this case we're using the gun grease. This is the bolt and bolt carrier for the Armalite AR-10. Now, you can take your applicator, and just very little is needed, and apply it to the parts. You don't want to see any white when applying this. A very light coating goes a long way. I'll use some on the bolt here. And you rub it in real good to get it to penetrate into the pores. This creates a barrier, as I said before, against corrosion, fouling, carbon deposits. And then, my favorite place to put it, I always like to use just a little more on the back side of the bolt, because that's where you get your main carbon deposits. Okay, well, I'm going to get the rest of these lubed up and put together. Okay, back on the MC25 cleaner. Not only is it a cleaner degreaser, you can also use this for the bore of your firearms. We put one round through this, and I've used the cleaning brush. Now, let's run some of the MC25 cleaner through it and see just how clean the bore really is. Still pulling off quite a bit of stuff. A little more on there. Run the chamber a little bit. Wow, that's from one round and a previous cleaning. Gives you an idea just how well the MC25 does clean. I'm going to finish cleaning this out, and then we're going to run a little 2500 semi-oil down it on a patch and reassemble it. Well, there you have it, my friends. A look at the Mil-Comm products and the NRA licensed gun care products. Now, a portion of the sales from the NRA licensed gun care products does go to help the NRA fight for our Second Amendment rights. So, from your pistols to your ARs, shotguns, revolvers, to your M134 minigun if you have one, the ultimate in gun care products. So, if you want the ultimate protection for your firearms and help protect your Second Amendment rights, take a look at the NRA licensed gun care products. So, my friends, again, there you have it. Be safe, send it downrange, help defend your Second Amendment rights, join the NRA. Till next time, my friends, target on.